Hey there. We are back with Coffee on the Porch with my dog Olaf. And today I want to talk to you about something I really wish I had known in the beginning when I was probably 18, maybe before that. And that is that the first step you need to take when you're trying to figure out a career that not only provides for you financially, but also is going to keep your interest. It's going to spark your curiosity long term. It's going to use and celebrate your talents and provides a way for you to make a positive change in your world is to know what you're looking for. And it seems really obvious, but I think it's one of the hardest and most time-consuming steps for many of us. The work that I do with careers is specifically helping people find exactly what it is they want to be doing as their occupation, especially long term. Not that you're going to have one job for the rest of your life. That's not what I mean. But once you figure out what it is, the what part of the equation, then after that, the execution part is something I often refer out to somebody else as expertise, unless it's an area that I have expertise in. Because the careers that people end up choosing with me vary so widely and are usually atypical or non-traditional that there's no way that I can be good at all of those things. And a lot of times those jobs aren't things you can Google, like, how do I become an attorney? You need industry advice. And so I will often refer them out or help them find mentorship for the execution part. And some people will need help with resume writing. Some people will need to take courses or go to networking events, that sort of thing. But I find where people really get stuck isn't in the logistics of how to make a career happen. It's in knowing what they want to do. And I hear it oftentimes because people will often come to me. They're in a job that they don't like, or it's not satisfying, or it's okay, but they don't want to do it forever. But they don't know what else to do. They don't know what else they're going to do next. So they just stay stuck where they are. And here's an example of why knowing what you want to do in the beginning makes a difference. And I'm going to use a story about a yard sale. It's a very exciting story about a yard sale. So it's an actual yard sale where they sell things that you don't need anymore. And I think it will make the point of what I'm talking about. We'll see if we get there at the end. So I was looking on our local post board here in Alaska, and we do a lot of swapping and trading of things because we don't have a lot of stores up here. So we tend to rely heavily on that sort of local yard sale, swap, trade, marketplace, that sort of thing. And you can buy a backhoe, you can buy a D9, you can buy a snow machine, you can buy lace doilies, you can buy kids' clothes. The Alaskan sell, swap, and trade is a pretty remarkable place. If you want it, somebody has it to sell to you. But the day that I was looking, somebody was selling a pair of boots. And they were a really special kind of boot for Alaska. They're an overboot. And it's really useful up here for all kinds of reasons. I know them from my mushing background. They're fantastic in the really deep cold. If you put them over another boot, you can get down to like 40 below Fahrenheit and still stay warm. And they're also really expensive. I don't know what the going rate is these days. They're definitely more than $100. And I think the last pair I got was maybe 10 or 15 years ago, and they were more than $100 then. So I'm just scrolling through Facebook over lunch, looking at what people have. And there was this yard sale, and I'm just flipping through the pictures, and these boots were marked free. And I messaged the person and I said, "Are those black boots free?" And they said, "Yeah." And they told me the size. I honestly didn't care what size they were. But they told me the size, and I said I would be there right away. And I just got up and threw in a hat and a coat and left and drove out there. Yep, that's exactly what they were. And they were in great condition. Somebody bought them and never really used them. So I grabbed them, and he was happy that they went to somebody who could use them, and I was ecstatic to have them. And here's how this small little story of a little small thing in daily life applies to knowing what you want in your career. It doesn't always work out that once you have figured out what career path you want to take or what you want to do with your life, that immediately you just march out and go get that, because that's not how life always works. Sometimes the market isn't right. Sometimes you need some extra training. Sometimes global events happen. Lots of things occur. But knowing the what it is you want to be doing, what change do you want to make? What legacy do you want to leave? All of those types of questions help you in the future so that when those opportunities pass right in front of you, which they will, you can see it and you're ready for it. You know what you're looking for and you can go and grab it. So sometimes people make a mistake and think that people who know what they want and who can hop right on ideas are impulsive and don't plan. And often what's actually happening is that they've done the planning work behind the scenes, and that planning work can take some time. It can take some thought. It can take some doing. It isn't normally just something you do overnight. But when you put in the time and the work and the self-inquiry, it's not really difficult work. It's just work you need to get done to figure out what you want to do. And once you know that, as you're at a networking event, as you're looking through the paper, as you're scrolling online, as you're talking with friends, and an opportunity arises, you can say, "Ooh, that is something I'm interested in." And you've already done the background research to know if it's the right lifestyle for you, if it's the kind of money you want, is it the type of work you want? Are you working inside? Are you working outside? All of those little bitty factors that make a huge difference in whether you're going to love or hate your job. You've already thought through all of that. So once you do the work, you have an automatic filter so that when your colleague or friend says, "Hey, I have an opportunity for you. Would you like that?" You aren't just shooting in the dark. You know with more certainty if that's going to work for you or not. Now, nobody knows anything for certain always 100% of the time. That's not how life works either. But you will have a better idea of what you want versus just guessing or just winging it. So I highly encourage you to do the work that it takes to figure out what you want to be doing first before you do anything else in your career. Before you sign up for a college degree, before you talk to a resume person, before you buy a suit, any of that, because you might not even go in a direction where a resume or a suit is necessary. Now, if you're just getting a money job, that's totally different and that's totally fine. You got to pay the rent somehow, and I totally get that. I'm in that same boat. I don't have personal funders either. So I understand getting just a money job for the meantime. But what I'm talking about is your long-term career goals. Don't guess at the long term. Do the work that it takes to figure out what it is that you want to be doing so that when that opportunity arises, you are ready. I hope that helps.